Meteorologist Jessica Blum alongside meteorologist Bill Renchler. I was talking about how I ripped him away from the Severe Weather Center. I was back there too. The championship game's on right now. He does have it up on his phone if you see him look down.
do.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, now I'm watching.
Well, now you're watching the stream because we
Just
had to
gonna
check our sounds and clearly it
make
wasn't
sure
working.
our
We have a visual that we can see levels bouncing, and they weren't bouncing. So Bill knew right away, and I knew I could tell in the look in your eye that you were like, "Yeah." You're like, "Something's not right," and I'm like, "Okay." This
Gotta
is,
see
this
the
is
levels
what
bouncing.
happens when I run the ship. It should be Bill running the ship, but I'm trying to get this evening stream off the
way.
ground.
No way.
Anyways, I think I actually had someone say they were trying to watch the stream and they couldn't get the sound to work. Sound is working
Should
now.
be working now. This is. I mean, you're literally watching it in real time. So there we go.
So sound is working. Okay.
Audio is working now. Now I can turn it back to the football game.
But I was going to say, yeah, he's watching the football game. I would like to be watching the football game. This is what you have when you have two meteorologists that love sports as well.
It's like another 3 and out for Miami. That's what we'll turn this into. We're just gonna watch the game and we'll commentate.
People would love that. I have some thoughts. You have thoughts.
Thoughts.
I am an audible listener. I've realized that if I have people over, I think they hate me afterwards because I'm talking through everything.
You're commentating.
I lived. So my dad, I don't think I've ever told you this, but my dad growing up wasn't home during the weekdays. He was only home on the weekends. So
Okay.
the only way I could bond with him was by watching sports. And so I really got to know football and I really love football. But maybe I also learned from him to yell at the TV. Like they can hear me.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you, like your dad, was a Cowboys fan. So
No.
no,
My dad's not a Cowboys fan. I am.
Okay.
He's a Steelers fan. So he's up there with Carmelo
Yeah, okay, him
and the
Carmelo.
heartbreak that was the playoff
The
run.
last 20 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, enough talk about football. We're here this evening to actually talk about the weather, believe it or not, and the very, very cold weather we have. If you saw by our little title, that's kind of given away already. But I was going to say that I wanted to give a little shout out before we get to the cold
To
weather.
the kids.
To the kids.
It's
To
all
the
about the kids, man.
Oh, we love taking the 1011 weather shield out and about. Bill has been doing it for years, getting it up off the ground. Now a lot of people across the state know about it. So I've only gone on a couple now by myself for school talks. This was St. Vincent de Paul out in Seward. We appreciate Catherine for inviting us out there. Talked to the kindergartners today about storms, snow squalls.
And if I remember correctly, I believe this was the visit because when you felt, and you can do it, you can scan that QR code right
Yes,
there if
please
you want us
do.
to come hang out. But in that request form, there's like a, hey, what do you want us to talk about?
Mhm.
And a lot of times it's just like severe weather or winter
La-di-da.
weather.
Yeah,
But this one, I believe, was very specific where they wanted like rainbows.
they did. Did I get to rainbows? No, I did not.
we have
Now you're
we
calling
have
me out.
we have like one rainbow graphic. Like that's really we should have more rainbow. But
I
they're
think-
like we want rainbows.
Okay, you say that, now I'm going to call you out. I don't think we have a rainbow graphic.
I'm pretty
Carmelo
sure
was
it
actually
is.
the one to put together, and you
I'm-
saw
I'm-
sunsets
I'm
and the
pretty-
colors.
Well, there's a rainbow graphic in our weather computers. Whether that has
Oh,
been translated
that has not been
to
translated.
the
We need to do that.
PowerPoint presentation, and well, I have to throw a shout out to meteorologist Jan Ryherd. He's worked here. I mean, it's probably 6 years ago now. She's the one who created that graphic. So
Oh wow!
So
So that
when we're
needs
done
to make
here,
it in
that's what we'll.
our presentation.
Yes.
Maybe I'll feature it on Thursday because Carmelo and I are going out to another school here in town. I think it's Christ Lincoln on Thursday.
I talked with it. I
1
think I
o'clock.
talked there last year.
Of course,
so.
you.
I've been
Bill
to
has a plethora of knowledge. Usually
basically
remembers
every
all of them.
school, almost every school. Like
I don't know how you remember.
I would say at least a majority because I drove by it the other day. It's on like 70th and Yankee Hill ish.
Oh, okay. So
And I drove by it and I was like, oh, Christ Lincoln. And I was like, oh, we have a school visit there coming up like next week. And I was like, I've been there. So it's like,
but you're not going to be at Thursdays.
not Thursday.
Sad. It'll be Carmelo and I, and we're looking forward to that. So yes, as Bill mentioned, be sure to click on or really scan the QR code, and you can get us to come out to your school. Largely school visits, but we've done other things, nursing homes,
We've
whatever
done.
you think may be of interest.
I always say those are the big kids. You know, usually we talk to the little kids, but
big kids
the big
at the
kids,
nursing
big
home.
kids want to know about weather too.
That's true.
So, but yeah,
Boy Scout meetings
Boy
sometimes.
Scouts, we've done Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
So we do all sorts. We don't
I
do
will-
birthday parties.
No. That probably is not going to happen anytime soon, or ever. I don't know. But I was going to say the kids were not too excited the fact that we didn't have a lot of snow yet this
Yeah.
season. I was talking about how it was kind of a hot start with November.
Yeah.
We really haven't seen anything since. And I was going to bring up the fact we love Dr. Dewey.
We do.
He posted
out Dr.
today.
Dewey.
I love his post. The average numbers of day with measurable snow in Lincoln.
Like 30 or something.
It's
like
19.
that. 19. Okay.
And the
We have,
past
like, 2.
4 snow seasons, we've had 7, 9, 10, and 8. So right around the same number within the last 4 years, but not 19.
We also, January is on average our second snowiest month. And so far this January, we've only had a trace. And there is a small chance for snow Friday, Saturday, but that system looks like it's mainly going to be south. So it might be some flurries. I don't know if we're going to get any measurable snow. Past that, chances for measurable snow look pretty slim. There's only ever been 4 Januaries that have had a trace of snow. Actually, I think it's 3 Januaries. Right now we're the 4th.
We would be the 4th. Ooh.
There's never been a January where there's been no measurable snow. But
we're counting down the days. We've only got,
12
yeah.
or so.
Yeah.
So I know snow lovers are pissed. My
Western Nebraska, too.
oldest son included, because he got one of the snow,
Ugh.
the electric snow shovel
Yeah.
/ blower for Christmas. And like when we had that snow squall Saturday night, he's like, when I got my snow shovel, I'm like, sorry, bud, you're going to get maybe 1/10 of an inch and the wind is going to blow it away.
The wind. That was the other thing. I go to the doctor's office and they want like a 5-foot snowstorm. And I'm like, ooh, that I don't really want
You're
to
going to have to go to upstate New York,
Not even
along
Western
one of the
Nebraska.
Great Lakes for one of those.
Yeah.
Not happening here.
So as we take you through some of your headlines, not a lot of snow in the forecast, as Bill mentioned, small chance for any moisture this week. We are looking at milder days over the next 3, so it is going to feel better Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week compared to where we've been. I mean, it was a very cold weekend. We're kind of setting up this pattern. I think this will make the 3rd weekend where we've just had some colder temperatures, but this weekend I think we'll set the other ones aside with how cold it's going to get.
Yeah, going into this weekend, we're like, oh, this is going to be the coldest snap that we've had so far this season. The coldest afternoon high we had was 17. We eclipsed that on Saturday. It only got to 15. And now this weekend is kind of making this weekend look, like the JV. And this weekend's kind of the varsity squad of coldness, because it will be bitterly cold, especially Friday. Especially Friday morning with there'll be some wind, and we'll see wind chills. There could be some spots 25, 30 degrees below zero for wind chills Friday morning.
So I wanted to give you a quick sneak peek at what he's talking about. We go from 38 degrees on Tuesday.
Not bad. Warmer.
Southwest Nebraska, almost middle 50s.
Yeah.
Not too bad for winds, I don't think, either tomorrow. No. But then by Friday, this is a look at your high temperatures.
So again,
on one hand.
That many
I saw
digits.
You do that. Bill has gotten into the Instagram reel game and like the TikToks. I got to shout him out because he's been working really hard on it.
5.
He did this today.
I did. So we'll call it 40, just for even numbers' sake. Call it 40 tomorrow. So we'll go from 40 to Friday morning with it feels like potentially 20 below. So a 60 degrees swing there between tomorrow afternoon and Friday morning.
We've been riding the roller coaster, but the roller coaster tanks more than it ever has. So if you thought the weather whiplash was bad, it gets worse this week, really, as we talk about this. So that's what's next, is really the colder temperatures. We've got this next Arctic plunge, we've been calling it, for Friday, even overnight Friday into Saturday. We have not dipped below zero, I don't think, still.
0.
Actual low temperature.
0 is our coldest low so far this season.
And we are forecasting low temperatures
-1 Thursday morning and -5 Friday morning.
So it's going to get cold, especially those mornings. And you look at, again, another Saturday with highs in the teens, but it's colder the day before on Friday. And you are talking about wind chills, I think, throughout Friday, 5 to 15 below.
Below zero the whole day.
Yep.
And coldest Friday morning, but then even through the day, 5 to 15 degrees below zero. So call it 10 below, basically, for the whole entire day. Saturday is a little bit better because there won't be, again, we're almost tripling our temperature there from Friday to Saturday.
Can you imagine that? That's what we're talking about.
There shouldn't be really any wind to speak of Saturday. So, again, wind chills aren't a concern for us on Saturday. And you see those 20% there, that's that chance for snow, which we won't get too far into it, but that system, Friday, Saturday, if you're anywhere from North Texas, Southern Oklahoma, all the way to the Carolinas, it is going to be a hot mess.
I've seen some model runs.
And it's not just like, oh, it's this big snow coming. It's going to be ice. It's going to be snow. It's going to be...
it gets further south. It complicates the temperatures. You got a lot of moisture to work with, but then...
It is going to be a hot mess. And I would guess there'll be some parts. I would guess We'll have to talk about this next Monday.
'Kay.
I'll guess there's going to be some parts of North Texas, southern Oklahoma, that get more snow with this one system than we've had all year so far.
And we did that last year, where
Yeah.
some portions of the Gulf had
Yeah,
a major
of,
snow.
like
storm.
New Orleans.
We were like,
had more than
what
we-
are we doing? We had our first snow in January.
I know.
This is wild to have a couple years like that back to back. Really quiet out there so far tonight. There are some clouds coming in as you look across our state sky views, which I do have a graphic in that
Nope,
about
I
that
won't- I
later,
won't
so
say
we're not
anything.
going to spoil it just yet. But yes, some clouds over Lincoln right now, spoiling some of the
Oh,
fun.
good. The temperature stayed at 15. I got a little scared at 7 o'clock. It dropped to 15 at the airport.
From what?
22.
Oh wow, like a 7-degree drop.
I know. Lincoln Airport is,
This does its thing
yeah.
because the dew point is at 4.
I know. It's a wild
Right.
child. That's always concerning for us because, again, winds are light, and if there was no cloud cover, you'd basically expect the temperature to drop to the dew point.
Yep.
And thankfully, we have cloud cover. And even just the 5-mile-an-hour wind is enough to mix the air to keep the temperature from
Just the little things at this time of the year.
Yeah.
It does feel like 8
Physics,
degrees
man.
out there. Temperatures across Lincoln range from about 11 degrees. That is not your house. Is that your house? No, that's not your house.
No, I think I'm at
You're at 18.
17, 18.
You're at 18. The one right next to you is at 11. And then we're up to 19 and
Yeah,
some
that
spots
one of the
except
11
for
is a little bit
Lincoln.
outside of town there. So,
Yeah, 20 outside of town too. In southeast Nebraska, we are pretty similar, 13,
Cold.
14. Yeah, cold, but better than, these were like our high temperatures on Saturday.
it's true.
So
That is true.
a little bit better for Martin Luther King Jr. Day and the people that maybe had today off.
Mm-hmm.
So getting back into the swing of things for work the next few days will feel a lot better. As you look at winds, they're rather light, less than 10 miles per hour throughout the state. They're a little variable in direction. We've got a south to southeast wind here in southeast Nebraska, a little north to, west to southwest out in the panhandle.
You're kind of all over the place.
Just
We should see winds generally turn southerly, though, into the
For
day
tomorrow.
tomorrow. That'll help warm us up.
And then again, we do have some single-digit wind chills in eastern Nebraska for Monday evening, late. But yeah, there's the cloud cover, but I don't know if that was the right sound for that. The Northern Lights, there's a possibility that you could see them. Bill and I love to talk about this because there's so many complicated things to forecast outside of the weather world for us to explain, because there's a whole group of people that actually look at these things with the
Start talking
solar
about
storm.
KP, and we're going to start talking about which way the
BT
magnetic
index or whatever. Yeah.
the magnetic field of the Earth
Yeah.
is oriented, and where the particle are they going up
You
top?
could
Are
tell
they going
Bill's
down
delved
below?
into this a little bit.
It's too much.
But the clouds are coming in, so I
Yeah.
think they may spoil some of the fun. But if you take any long exposure photos with your phone, sometimes I can tell if there's little peaks, you can still see the color. It looks kind of cool, but you're not getting the full effect.
You are not getting the full effect. This is nowhere near as good as it was last time when it was much warmer for
Yeah,
the
that
Northern Lights.
too.
This is a cold version of the Northern Lights. But yeah, no, it was did I say radiation storm? What did I say earlier? Was it R4,
Radiation, yeah,
S4?
Yeah, it's
The
an
S4?
S4, G4.
S4
Or you
solar
saw it reach
storm.
G5.
And according to the Space Weather Prediction Center, again, there's people who this is all they do. It's the strongest radiation storm since October of 2003.
Yeah.
So very intense CME or coronal mass ejection. Again, the sun basically just
Blasting it.
ka-chow
Yeah.
right towards us. And
Nothing scary. Just
so we saw in Europe,
Cool.
in the lower latitudes in Europe, there was really fabulous display of northern lights. And so that was, again, shortly before the sunset here in Lincoln. So, we had kind of kept our fingers crossed, maybe just after sunset, since we were still kind of clear, that we could get a few peaks. I haven't seen anything. I asked.
did.
You did?
I threw out that Facebook post, and there was someone that commented just a little hint of a color
Yeah.
at Branched Oak. And
Okay.
then there was someone else I think I saw just generally on Facebook, like an Oklahoma post.
Oh, okay.
So further south.
And see, tonight would have been a great night because it's a new moon. So there is no moon.
Yeah. No
so
light.
you don't have any light coming from the moon. But again, clouds will kind of spoil it for us. But I certainly wouldn't be surprised if some other areas across the United States did get a good show tonight. But yeah, that's.
Really can't speak to like when it's going to peak either. It kind of ebbs and flows.
It was
really hard
originally
to-
forecasting. And if you think Nebraska weather is like, and again, the folks at the Space Weather Prediction Center do a great job, but it was originally forecast to peak overnight tonight during the overnight hours, but then it hit early.
Now, yeah.
It hit earlier this afternoon, where again, some of the if you look at some of the observed of the KP index and the solar radiation stuff like that, it shot up. It was at an 8.3 on a scale of like up to 9 for that geomagnetic storm. So again, it was pretty intense, but again, just the timing of it all is going to be really tricky.
Hard to speak to. So it's probably not a night to like stick around for several hours and wait for it.
No, unless you
It's rather
have like
cold.
excuse me, 4 layers on or something like that.
Yeah, or can like set up a camera and let it go maybe by itself. I don't know what technology's out there, but Skycast pretty quiet tomorrow. There is a passing system, isn't there? By tomorrow evening, it looks like.
Yeah,
Maybe
and so
some snow into Iowa.
yeah, the best lift with that system looks like it's going to stay to our north. I'd mentioned during the 5 and 6 that north central, northeastern Nebraska, so Ainsworth, O'Neill, up towards Wayne, they could maybe see a snow shower or two tomorrow.
Not much.
But we're looking at maybe just a passing light snow, maybe a dusting.
And we're not talking about crazy winds, and this really isn't the setup for squalls. Like
No, and it may just be a bit blustery kind of as we head into the evening as that front kind of dives through, but nothing super intense, nothing that we haven't already dealt with, the last couple of days that we can't handle. But it's that second system that kind of dives through, just a quick hitting kind of clipper on Wednesday that's going to bring us gusty winds. And there's a chance, again, most of the stuff that I looked at, it kept it as a dry front, but, the Weather Service in their forecast discussion was saying if there was some precipitation along that front on Wednesday with gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour possible, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Feels like we're seeing more squalls nowadays.
It does. Just the right orientation with the winds and the snow showers kind of coming along.
Northwest
with
flow,
the direction
man.
of the winds, yeah. Anything can happen this time of the year, and it's just crazy that we don't see a lot of moisture. We had that. I still can't get over that rain event that we had on a Friday.
Just erased our drought in eastern Nebraska.
And now we're not
Got
seeing
all
anything.
of what we would normally see in January, which would normally be what I'd say
3/4
probably
of an inch.
Well, it's 7,300s,
Yeah.
but I would say probably 80% of that usually comes as snow, not necessarily rain, and got it all as rain all in one day. Went from abnormally dry to out of drought.
Yeah. I could deal with some snow, though. If we're going to get the cold temperatures that we're talking about as you look day by day with us here to kind of round out our stream, I would like some cold to go with this snow. Forecasted low temperatures are on the positive side tomorrow morning, but not by much in northeast Nebraska. You're talking about lows dipping down to around 5 in Wayne and Norfolk, 7 here in Lincoln, the teens in central and western Nebraska. Your Tuesday planner does get close to 40 degrees tomorrow. Again, the winds won't be too bad until maybe that front's pushing through.
Also, your average high goes up to 36 tomorrow.
Oh, because we've been stuck at 35.
We've been
for
stuck
what,
at
a month?
35 since January 5th, I want to say.
Okay.
But we have about 2 weeks there
Okay.
where it's down to 35. The low lags a little bit behind. It will finally jump up to 15 degrees, I think, by the end of the week. But again,
The days are getting
climatologically
longer.
speaking, we've kind of closes the book on the coldest kind of 2 week period
Thankfully.
of the year. Does that mean we won't get cold in February? I 100% believe we will get frigid in February, and I will 100% right now say we're going to get a bunch of snow in February.
I hope so. Well, February is on average our snowiest month.
It is.
We talked about January being the second snowiest, but February's our snowiest.
It
so
is.
there's still time left, but I know you've talked about on previous streams, the more days we tick off,
It's the less days you have to worry
the
about.
less days you have to worry about in terms of impact. I know Friday, as we're talking about the coldest temperatures. So here's Tuesday. Here's your high temperatures from around freezing in northeast Nebraska, closer to 40 in Lincoln, southeast Nebraska, warmer in southwestern Nebraska. Wednesday looks a little warmer, but it does come with wind.
Wind.
And you're talking about, gusts, what, around 40 to
40,
50 miles
45,
an hour?
50. Probably wouldn't be shocked. We see another wind advisory
In
issued,
eastern Nebraska.
which again, they only issue those out of the Omaha office. Hastings and North Platte do not issue wind
Because
advisories.
they would have a bajillion of them.
Yep.
Because it's just so windy.
Many,
out
many,
there.
many, many, many.
And then Friday's high temperatures. Ooh,
You kind of skip by Thursday. Like
did.
Thursday again, it's like it gets a little bit cooler, mid 30s for highs,
not bad, yeah.
but it's just kind of
Jumping to Friday because
quiet weather.
rough.
It is.
I've got to get out of here because I'm going to Western Nebraska because my MLK Day. I'm taking off Friday to go see my friend and her kid. 'Cause she had a kid. People my age are having kids, Bill. I'm not ready for this. I got to go meet her kid, though. And it's going to be cold morning. These are the high temperatures, the cold morning. We're really going to have to let the car warm up for a while.
Yeah, I think we're going 1 below for a low. So you'll have 6 degrees from your morning low to your afternoon high. It's going to be cloudy. There's that chance for some light snow. Best chance for it would be across basically I-80 south of maybe a dusting, maybe a couple tenths of an inch, but less than an inch.
I don't know what. Yeah, I guess I threw in a random conglomerate of highs and lows because then I just jumped to Saturday morning's lows.
Saturday morning, very cold. Not as much wind Saturday morning, but so again, wind chills aren't as much of a concern, but 5 below, I mean, just in and of itself.
Yeah.
Will be. I haven't looked it up when the last time we actually were below 0, but I'm sure it was probably. I would guess it would be February of last year was the last time we were below 0.
Last winter season.
Yeah.
So I really just wanted to go through the wind chills from Friday morning through Saturday morning because that's what you need to know.
That is cold.
That is cold. We're talking about maybe 30 below in northeastern Nebraska, 15 below in Lincoln. We were around there Saturday morning with a wind chill for quite some time.
It's not fun.
It is not fun. And this is the day again, Friday, we're talking about wind chills below 0 throughout the day, no matter what time. I mean, this is the afternoon, the warmest part of the day. You're still looking at 5 to 15 below in much of eastern Nebraska. And then Saturday morning looking a little bit better because you said less wind.
Less wind. We'll likely see cold weather advisories. I would imagine at this point right now it would just be for Thursday night into Friday morning. Again, there is thresholds, criteria that you have to meet, certain temperatures for a certain period of time. And so I'd imagine probably a good chunk of the coverage area would be under some sort of cold weather advisory Thursday night to Friday, but probably not Friday night to Saturday.
Especially probably northern Nebraska.
Even though the actual air temperatures will be colder Friday night to Saturday than Thursday night to Friday, but I digress.
Yeah, this is the 7-day. To give you a complete picture, since I bounced around with some of those highs and lows, this is our 7-day forecast. Friday, Saturday really stick out with, those morning lows below 0, highs in the single digits, if not the lower teens.
And you will likely see starting tomorrow, we'll light those up red with a weather alert day.
Okay.
Again, just for one of those things where it's just, if you're out in that cold for that long, if you have small kids, again, my youngest, Saturday, I think it was Friday night, he wanted to make ice. So my wife gave him a little cupcake tin and a cake pan, and they filled it up with water, and they just set it outside. So then on Saturday, he got his little cane or whatever he has, and he's out on the deck, and he's getting the ice out of it, but he's not wearing any shoes. He's not wearing any socks. And
Oof.
My wife and I weren't like, he's 8, so we don't have to necessarily watch him all the time. But like all of a sudden I looked out and I'm like, you're not wearing any. And so it's like we had to bring him inside and be like, hey, look, when it's as cold as it is right now, your toes don't have the blood. There's not a lot of blood vessels in there. And when
You
it
went
gets
that far
cold,
into
oh yeah,
it
no,
then?
I mean,
Your
hey,
blood
my
vessels?
wife is a nurse, and so she's very she gives it to him straight. But, so again, it's just one of those days where if you spend, 15, 20 minutes outside and you're not dressed appropriately, it can cause problems.
Yeah, I think wind chills of like 15 below, you start to get frostbite in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't take very long.
No, it doesn't. And if we're cold and you're cold, your pets are cold.
Your pets are cold. You always got to remember your pets.
So we got to tuck in our chickens. My wife always asks if it's going to be colder than 20. If it's colder than 20, she goes out and she shuts the doors on the chicken coop so the chickens stay.
I forget you have chickens. There's just so many
3 of
things
them.
to know about. Bill.
I got 3 eggs
They
this
have
morning.
Names?
Plucky,
Plucky.
Chickaletta, and I don't remember the other one. I did not name them. My boys named them.
Well, you're not giving the third one any
I know.
justice, but that's okay.
We got
It
3
looks
eggs,
like
though.
maybe next week, moderating and not getting as cold. We're not seeing another Arctic plunge kind of repeating each weekend, even though the weekend's not showing up just yet. 20s, 30s, 40s, this is still looking like January. We were waiting for January to show up, I think, for so long, and it's here, and it's lasting.
8 to 14 days. I don't know if you have the 8 to 14 days in
I
there.
do, yep.
I say they're, kind of western half of the country is favoring above average temperatures, the eastern half, and so we're kind of stuck right there in the middle. Temperatures kind of take your pick, which way we're going to go there in the long range. But the precipitation outlook, and this is why I'm thinking, are we going to see any measurable snow in January? It's favoring drier than normal conditions there
That's not only for
for
Nebraska,
the end of the month. That's for most of
just
the
everyone.
just about everyone there.
So rounding out and giving you the 7-day one more time, just to hit this home. Not a lot of moisture in the forecast. Very cold Friday, Saturday. You'll want to bundle up and not stay outside for very long. Do what you need to. Get back indoors. Warm yourself up. Have the heat
Again, it's going to
warmers.
give me the same problem I had last weekend, where we go grocery shopping every week. And on Friday, I said, I don't want to. When am I going to go grocery shopping? I don't want to go on Saturday. We can't make it to
No,
Sunday. We didn't
yeah.
have any strawberries. We didn't have any blueberries. And now I'm off on Friday too. Again, Martin
Yeah.
Luther King Day holiday. I'm not going to want to go grocery shopping
No.
on Friday.
I didn't want to go this past Friday because that was when the wind and we were starting to get colder. But like my plans had to change and I had to go Friday. It's just not fun. So yeah,
I was driving home in that snow squall Friday night from Sam's Club, filling up at that gas station at Sam's Club.
You
that
were?
north wind just punching me in
Oh.
the face.
Even when I got off at 11 o'clock, the right areas with enough, those wind tunnels, they were picking up what little snow we had, just like pelting
You in the face.
hurt,
Little stinging
burn.
snowflakes.
Yeah, I couldn't tell my tears from the melting snowflakes. I'm just kidding. Oh, man. But we appreciate, of course, Bill coming on tonight. He'll have the latest forecast tonight at 10 to get you prepared for the end of this week.
Yeah.
Of course, in the meantime, maybe checking in on the championship game. Do you have a score
Halftime.
update?
It's 10-0 Indiana.
Okay, appreciate that. So if you were taken away to maybe watch us, we appreciate you, and we want you to stay warm. Enjoy again the next few milder days before we get brutally cold and the coldest air of the season arrives by the end of this week.
1011 News is everywhere. Download our smart TV apps and follow us on social media.